Hey everyone, this is actual Fones. I'm one of the admins of the Facebook page Thresh's Lantern, bringing you a gameplay commentary video on, of course, Thresh. Now, let's start it off. On Thresh, I personally like to start Fairy Charm, 1 Vision Ward, 2 Sight Wards, 2 Health Bots, and then of course the Biscuit and Explorer Ward. I find it to be a highly optimal start on any support in general. And just leashing Maokai. He's a friend of mine, Sparkles. And then my ADC is In You Forever. That's his in-game name. And the person playing him is Mex, one of the other admins on Thresh's Lantern, the Facebook page. So we're just doing some normals. And then we are laning against a Vayne and a Leona. Now personally as a Thresh, I highly dislike laning against a Leona. Simply because she does not really mind getting grabbed. She wants to be in close to the enemy. So it just feels like you have to really line those grabs in the ADC instead of, say, their support. Like against a Sona, I love playing Thresh against a Sona because she's just so squishy and really easy to catch out in my opinion. So when I was just farming, poking, la-di-da, doing nothing. Okay. Now as Thresh, I prefer going in at level 3 at the earliest, because you can't really do much until 3 when you get all 3 of your abilities. What I like to do at 3 is land a grab on the ADC preferably, or in the support depending on how tanky they are. Pull them back a couple times, because with Thresh's grab, you can tug them back a couple times and then jump to them. And I missed my grab like an idiot, and then I will jump to them, throw my lantern towards my ADC, let them jump in, and I flay the enemy away from their tower. And that's basically the level 3 combo. Pretty easy to understand. And if you're lucky, you can get a flash off. You can make your enemy waste their flash to get away. A little thirsty. Nothing much going now, just pushing, farming. And I would swear to God that grab landed, but it didn't, so you know, whatever. Just itching for a good grab. Okay, now this is a good starting fight. It's not a fight, it's not optimal because I couldn't initiate it, but I'm trying to make do. And look, you see that one moment I missed the grab, and that was pivotal at this moment. I'll explain why in a second. We do get first blood. I'm out attacking the Leona, and the Leona dives Mex, and thinking he can kill her, but then Leona just the blades in and just Qs him to death. If I had landed that grab on the Vayne, that could have easily been a double kill for a Sivir. But now it was just a 1 for 2, and not even the 2 kills for the ADC. One of them went to me as a support. It's okay. I mean, we got both of them. It just wasn't optimal. If I just landed the grab, it would have been a lot better. And that's the thing about Thresh's grab. It has that wind up, so you really have to aim it well. You have to predict what the enemy's gonna be. Cause trust me, I've thrown grabs, like if you throw the grab straight at the person, then you're almost gonna miss. There we go. Let me explain in a second. So I throw the lantern to Sivir, let her dive in, and then we burst the Vayne down really easily. And I have to back off because I'm getting low. And that was a good engage. Leona's chasing me, probably a very bad idea. And then Vayne goes back in and pays with her life for it. Oops, that went top by mistake. See, the thing about... Now, let me get back to the Thresh's wind-up on this grab. It's not like Blitz's grab where you just throw it and boom, you have him. With Thresh, you have to predict where they could possibly juke. Or where they're walking to begin with. Because it's easy to aim it right at them. But then, they can just walk out of it. If you're not, because of the wind-up. They see coming, okay, walk away. And then you just miss. Sivir died. That's another mistake I did. Before leaving the lane, I should have warded the river or the tri-bush. Could have prevented that whole thing from happening. Remember, wards save lives. That was a big mistake on my part. I still had one or two wards left on me before leaving. So with Thresh, like his grab is harder to land. You gotta you gotta predict jukes. And so you make some pretty epic grabs. Like one time, not in this game, I was going up against the Vayne as Thresh, and I grabbed her once, and she juked it with her tumble. So I did it again and predicted where she was gonna tumble, and she tumbled right into it. Timing and positioning on that grab is everything. It's a mind game, really. It's a little hard to explain. You just gotta time it. You just gotta instinctively know how long it's gonna take and where the enemy could be going. So I pop up vision, get rid of their vision, or was that a regular ward? I don't know. Wasn't paying attention. So we're just farming. We're at a clear advantage right now. Vayne is really far behind. 2 deaths and only 1 assist. Her farm is 22, Sivers is at 29. So Max and I are feeling pretty confident right about now. Now, I'm trying to think if I warded Tribush soon. Okay, now this is gonna be a good part. So I'm slowing it down, and I just hit 6, so I can do my full combo. I grab the Vayne, tug her twice, jump to her, ult. She's gonna tumble into my ult, and I flare her away from her tower, and then she knocks away, and then the Vayne makes a mistake. She makes a misclick. She accidentally knocks back a minion instead of Mex. But it wouldn't have mattered because Sivir already had the spell shield up anyway. So either way, she was dead. But that misclick could have made all the difference if she had done it right. It happens. We were completely surrounded by minions, so that was an unfortunate misclick on her part. So we do not dive the Leona. We don't think it would be a smart thing to do, considering how tanky she could be and her stun lock, because she is 6, so that gives her 3 stuns in total. So we're just gonna fall back a little bit, let them push us, get us in a more favorable position. And I'm just gonna go up here, get some vision on them, hopefully. And I think we decided to go dragon right about now. Yeah, there goes the pings. Yeah. Now Mex goes in with the lantern, and it's warded. We have everything warded, and we decided to go on the dragon now. And there was a couple of misplays on our part when we go for this dragon. I'll explain it to you once we get to them. I'm taking a little too much aggro because I started it too early without the jungler. Okay. So Skarner comes in, I grab him, they go ults, he flat, and then the Skarner flashes away. Now here's the first misplay. Mex decides to go in by himself, thinking we were behind him, and we didn't realize he had left the group. So that was the first misplay. That was a really dumb death. The second misplay is Sparkles dies to dragon. He gets executed. If Mex had stayed with us, we could have gotten the dragon clean, but that was 2 big misplays on our part. But that's pretty much the few mistakes that happened in this game on our part. It's pretty much a slaughter, more or less. So I'm just going to sit here, defend the tower from the Vayne. Waiting for Mex to come back from base. He bought Berserker's Greaves and a Vampiric Scepter, so he has a bunch of attack speed and lifesteal. I'm just here harassing and farming. It's all good. Warding just in case the owner was nearby. Leona's mid. Didn't realize that until after I placed the ward. Veigar dies, unfortunately, but Veigar doesn't really become. I mean, Fizz doesn't become much of a problem this game anyway. I think I did a blind grab on that bush. I'm not sure. I wasn't looking. So things are looking pretty good down here in bot lane. Vayne's by herself. That's a lot of damage by Mex. Leona's back. It's all good. Now I grab a minion by mistake. I didn't see the minion. I thought I was gonna grab the Vayne. Now there's no minions here on either side. Well, theirs just showed up. And I think I decided to go Ward River. Yes, I do. Now Vayne is low. I'm gonna grab the Leona, ult and miss it, but doesn't matter. Okay, the Vayne barriers. Whoa, that was going really fast. I think I had that on double speed by mistake. Okay, I'm gonna rewind and play that a little slower. Okay, so I ult. Leona flashes away. Leona ults, so Max has to back off. Vayne stays in. She barriers. We back off. So the Vayne thinks she's safe, but Max flashes in, hits her, and then gets out safely with the kill. That Vayne completely should have backed off at that HP. It was a really dumb mistake. And so this is just going to be an easy tower for us. There it is. So we're just going to fall back at this point. Buy items. We got a lot of extra gold. Fast forwarding. Alright, back to mid lane where I seem to be heading. Slow down. There we go. So we're just shoving mid. Fizz, playful tricksters in and then out. Their tower's pretty low. They should. I missed the grab like an idiot again. But we take the tower. Sparkles distracts. Easy tower right there. So we're just diving them at this point. Skarner dies to the Veigar. I was taking aggro for the Veigar. Alright. Now there's a Fizz and I land the grab. And this was one other mistake on my part. I thought my team was with me, but they weren't. Now you saw that nice little play. After my mistake of diving in, I ult and flash out. Maokai dives in, and I lantern behind me as I flash out, and he is able to lantern back to me without taking any damage. It was a very nice play. After that initial mistake of going in by myself. Now in this part, Veigar's in trouble, but Maokai jumps in to save him, and they just cleanly disengage. Very good save. I'm going to fast forward. Nothing to do here. I don't have boots, even though I think I should. Okay, we get top. Dragon is up. I'm just gonna sit here for a while like an idiot, thinking my teammates would come, but I'm just gonna leave eventually. Now, in terms of boots for Thresh, because I should have boots at this point, or at least tier 1 boots. I really like boots mobility on Thresh. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh no, get Merc Treads or get Tabby or something else." One, I don't think Thresh really needs Tabby boots because of his passive where he gains armor by getting souls. So like, he really doesn't need too much armor besides like an Aegis or a Locket. That's really all the truly only armor items he actually needs, just for like the utility or just the auras. And Merc Treads are good, but I really like boots mobility for one simple reason. Thresh has, well, two simple reasons. Thresh has no escapes, so he, besides the ult, which to slow enemies down, and the slow and the flare, but it's not much. And two, because it's easier to land grabs. If you're running faster than your enemy, it's easier to land a grab on them. It's easier to get closer and land that grab. Like here, I'm gonna chase down Leona. Boots of mobility are going. I don't have boots of mobility. I'm dumb. But if I had boots of mobility, I probably could have catched her out, and my teammates could have come in behind me to get her. But again, probably not. Well, Maokai has boost mobility, but that's about it. Pantheon is going ham on that Vayne, and we get the flash. If you notice those little auto attack particles by the minions, that's what gives Fizz away for the Pantheon to chase him down. Because before Fizz playful trickster flashed over the wall, the minions attacked him. So that this just becomes an easy kill for Pantheon, and he blocks the turret shot with his passive. So it's just pretty easy kill overall. And I'm getting chased by the Singed, but I'm baiting him. Let's call it a bait for my ADC Max. And he glues, but it's gonna be pretty easy to chase him down. He goes back in, and then I grab. We're going for it. He's pretty much dead, and there we go. Gone. Let's call that a bait. I'm just gonna recall now. Maybe get boots at this point or a locket. Leona got a double kill. It's okay. Leona is more fed than their Vayne. Life is good at this point. We are gonna go dragon, because I'm pretty sure bot lane, like Leona isn't warding at all. Nobody else on the team is warding. I'm telling you, wards saves lives, gives you vision, it allows for an advantage. Like, wards allow you to catch people out and allow you vision on enemies that are coming to gank you. Wards are amazing. Wards wins games. Wards win games. There is no higher truth than that. Like, no matter what lane no matter what character I'm playing, unless it's an ADC, which I never do, I will always usually buy at least one ward whenever I go back to base. Usually two. Like, if I'm mid lane, I'll usually buy 2 wards, place them on either side of the river brush. If I'm top lane, I'll still usually buy 2. Just, just in case the first one dies, I'm still lane, I can ward it a second time. It saves lives. Like, if you're top lane, you don't have a ward, and you get ganked, that can set you back so far. And I missed the grab on Fizz because he played full Tricksters. The Skarner is going to be dead meat though. Nicely done. I ult, miss everything completely because I'm dumb. I waste a couple of ults this video, but later in the video it's a really funny kill on the Fizz. You see it eventually. Now here Pantheon is distracting the enemy, so which gives us a chance to take the tower, and he still takes out a bunch of people before dying. So that was a pretty good distraction by the Pantheon. It was worth it because we will be getting this tower. Well, maybe not worth it because he was super fed and was on a spree, but that distraction allowed us to take this tower and then leave without another death. Veigar is almost dying, but he gets away. So I'm going to ward behind us as we're running down to bot, just so we know when the enemy's coming to stop us from taking bot tower, because it's getting pretty pushed. And then Max is coming in behind the Skarner, so we're just going to bait him out. And I thought this would work out, but it doesn't, because the Skarner ults me into tower as I'm already taking aggro. So I'm just extremely dead, and this becomes a bad trade for us because we don't get a kill in exchange. So we just disengage at this point. 2v4 are not the best odds. Now Pantheon, I believe, is going to sit in the brush waiting to catch someone out, if I remember correctly. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Okay, the Vayne gets caught out. He's going to stun her. Black Cleaver for the win. Almost kills her, but not quite. She gets away. And then Veigar makes a mistake here. He doesn't see the Fizz, so he gets completely shut down and dominated. Although if it was 1v1, he could have taken the Vayne. But, 1v1s are just, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, he assumed it was 1v1. I mean, I just don't like people who say, oh, if it was 1v1, I would have killed him. Okay, but it wasn't. There's no point arguing about ifs, ands, or buts. It didn't end up that way. So, your argument is invalid. Stop complaining. Just play smart. Like, people make mistakes. You can make a mistake. Doesn't mean it wasn't your. I mean, the video had no idea. He wasn't complaining. I'm just on a tangent right now about people who complain about, oh, if it was only one, I would have won, kind of thing. We steal their blue because they're not gonna need it. And then Pantheon is just going ham, 1v2, not even caring. And then we all come in. So I'm gonna grab the Vayne, save Mex, and I ult, kill the Fizz with it, who's been laughing at me all game for missing 2 ults in a row. And I'm like, what'd you think about that ult, Fizz? And he was like, yeah, it was pretty good. So, I was validated. Finally landed the ult. It's a pretty good fight. We're just gonna chase down the Skarner. Doesn't even matter. And Veigar and Pantheon are going 2v2 down in mid lane. Unfortunately, Mex dies to the Skarner. Now I'm gonna come from the lane to cut off the Skarner, and I'm gonna miss the grab. That wind up, I'm telling you guys, that wind up can really screw you over if you forget about it. And then boom, we finally kill him. Should have killed him sooner if I landed the grab. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. And Veigar and Pantheon destroy them 2v2 in mid with none of them dying. I mean, sorry, the Veigar and Veigar killed them 2v2. I don't know. I wasn't looking. Doesn't matter. Two people died. Two people died. Doesn't even matter. So I was pushing top, but I noticed two of them who were just mid with MIA. So I'm gonna back off because then, as you notice, the Singed and the Fizz appear, who are ready to cut me off and kill me. So I'm just gonna leave and recall in the bush, buy some items. And I think I should be buying Boots Mobility at this point. I speed it up a little bit. What do I buy? Yeah, I buy Boots Mobility. Just really want to chase down enemies and land grabs. Veigar's farming. I buy some wards. Pantheon's wrecking again. Veigar dies to the Fizz again. Oh, Vayne kills Maokai. Nobody's business. And Mex is waiting for the ambush and on the grab, but he gets away because Leona dives in to save him, and Leona's getting away. So I ult right here to zone the two low health enemies from getting close to us, and then Pantheon cleans up. Now I exhaust Leona, and as I grab, she flashes over the wall. That was a very nice flash on her part, and the chase is on. The Great Escape. And she's gonna run this way, but she runs back. I guess she figured she was gonna die anyway, and so then we just a clean kill, wasted ult by the Leona. I guess she just figured, like, you know, it doesn't matter at this point. So we all split up. I ward Dragon because that's up. I started like an idiot because, you know, I'm building damage. Well, nope. I just back off. And Pantheon's waiting. Speed things up a little bit and slow down, and here comes the Fizz. Pantheon stuns him. I grab him, flay him. I think he popped flash, but he missed it because I flayed him into us anyway, and he is forced to playful trickster away, and he gets away. We take bot tower though, and the Singed is caught out, and he unfortunately disconnects, and just as we kill him, he reconnects. That's ulting in, just, you know, dead, and then now he's gonna reconnect, I think. Really unfortunate. That shouldn't have happened. Fizz is ulting, only catches 2 people. We're just grouping on bot. Leona misses the Zenith Blade. Veigar is shoving mid really hard. Pantheon's coming to help him. They have no choice but to stay bot, because either way we're gonna take a tower. There we go, there's mid. And Fizz is going up, and then he just unfortunately gets caught out. And Spears, dead. Clean up. Alright, there we go. That was a nice clean fight. We do take bot tower, and I believe we'll take both inhibs. We're definitely taking mid inhib. And then I missed the grab, and the Singed is just trying to waste their time. He wants to save the inhib, but that won't bother us. We're just gonna take it. I will ult, and he's just gonna run away. Try to anyway, and he does indeed get away. But we are taking their Nexus turrets. We take one, we're gonna take the second one, and at this point we have to disengage. We are way too low health to stay in. And we just disengage. And Veigar actually landed a nice stun as we were running away. He got three of the enemy team in the stun. So those are really nice. I missed my lantern, unfortunately. I thought it would go over the wall, but it didn't. Yeah. And then we do get them, but though Fizz does get the Veigar. And Singed is chasing me, but as you saw, Boots Mobility kicked in, and I did indeed get away. And this was unfortunate on the Pantheon's fault. I mean, he totally could have 1v1'd the Vayne, but, you know, it was a risky play to do, considering they were all MIA in their jungle. But, you know, mistakes happen. Now, Mex makes a good play here. He flashes over the wall, and the Singed is forced to run back all the way around, and he just gets away. And Leona just misses the Zenith Blade, which would have been a kill if she had landed it. I'm gonna speed it up, and the Vayne disconnects, unfortunately. And top is getting shoved quite nicely, So is bot and mid. At this point, the game is in the bag, more or less. We do take top tower. And then Maokai and I are just going to take dragon by ourselves. And then our team is pinging us to go Baron. But like, let's take dragon and then go Baron. Extra gold, you know? I mean, it might have been a smarter play to go straight to Baron and forget dragon. But, you know, Maokai was just, let's just get both. It's extra gold anyway. But if the enemy team had wards on Baron, then it could have been a nasty situation if they could have caught us out before Maokai and I got there. Luckily they didn't, because I'm, like, only the Leona's buying wards, and not too many anywhere. She didn't even get a sight stone. She's just building at this point, she has a Sheen and a Frozen Heart, I think, and Tabby Boots. She's just building tank and not support, which I think was a big mistake. The wards would have been very useful for her team. And then they are nicely dodges the Zenith Blade on instinct. And we basically, and then they all come around the corner. It's going to be a big fight. And it's basically clean up, more or less, just chasing people down. Pantheon's going ham on the Singed. I ult, miss. Actually, I don't think I missed. I don't know. So I'm just keeping the Fizz and Leona distracted, waiting for my team to come by. And I kept them there long enough for my team to come by and clean them up. There we go. And then Pantheon is just pushing mid against the Vayne, keeping her there so he can't. So Pantheon kept the Vayne there quite nicely, and it's should be an easy kill. Yep, there we go. And then basically Pantheon's gonna take mid with the Maokai, and then I'm gonna just take top, you know, like whatever, doesn't matter. It's good. Grab it in, I guess. And this is pretty much GG. Well, this is Actual Fones, admin from Thresh's Lantern on Facebook. I'll see you guys later.